Okay, for this Tech Tuesday segment, we're talking about screen capture, and to start off with, let's consider some possible uses for screen capture. Here we have some. First of all, to show how software settings are supposed to look, or how a program might behave when subjected to varying software settings. That would be one. We might want to take a screenshot of a piece of our computer screen and maybe add some highlights, arrows, call-outs, various things that we might add to make the image more instructive. We might want to capture an error message. Let's say you're running a piece of software that's crashing repeatedly and you're getting a big elaborate error message, and you might want to take a snapshot of that and include that with a message to tech support rather than having to retype the message because you can't capture the text. That's happened to me a couple of times. You might want to take a user step by step through a program or a procedure that maybe has multiple steps and show them what each one looks like. And then finally, in our list of 5 here, you might want to send images simultaneously to a printer, a file, a clipboard, various other destinations within a piece of software or somewhere on your computer. Okay, let's consider a couple of different ways that we might go about doing a screen capture. The first way would be to simply use the print screen key, which is on a standard desktop keyboard. You'll find it in the upper right corner of the keyboard, and it's simply labeled print screen. And the way you do that would be to simply hit the print screen key, and what that'll do is that'll take a snapshot of whatever is on your computer desktop and put it onto the clipboard. And then you can open up a graphics program like, say, Photoshop or Fireworks, PaintShop Pro, something like that, and open up a new blank canvas and then hit paste, and that image that has been captured and is on the clipboard will then be placed on the canvas in that software program, and then you manipulate it from there. You can crop it or do other things to it to come up with your final image. The upside of that is that it's basically already there. It's part of the system. It's simple and it's free. It doesn't cost anything. The downside is that it's fairly limited. Basically all you can do with it is just grab a static image of the whole computer screen, and then you would have to do other things to it from there. Another way to go about screen capture is to use a screen capture program, of which there are many, and we'll look at some of those in a couple of minutes here. Of course, the upside to using a screen capture program is that it's going to be quite a bit more powerful, a lot more features. Downside, depending on the screen capture program that you decide to use, you're going to have varying degrees of use and different tools and different applications and different interfaces and so on and so forth. Also, some of these applications are free. You can just go to a website and download a free version of something, and others are going to cost a little bit of money, and this is kind of a standard get what you pay for scenario. Obviously the ones you pay for are going to give you a little bit easier interface and a little more in terms of features and so forth. Okay, let's look at some of the additional features that you're going to get with a screen capture program typically. 3 categories: capturing, editing, and sharing. And very briefly, let's just go down a quick list of these. In the capturing, you're going to be able to capture a region by dragging and dropping and boxing out an area. You can select the active window, and that's the one that's going to have the dark blue panel along the top. A scrolling window, if you have a window that the content overflows the size of the window and you have a scroll bar, you can actually have it automatically scroll down and capture the entire window, that's pretty cool. Video, you might want to capture a little video clip. It's actually possible to go to a site like YouTube and run a video clip and actually capture that and save it on your hard drive, which you typically can't do because those videos are streamed from the server, and all you can do typically is look at them. So that's kind of a nice feature. You might want to capture text. There are many instances where there's text on your desktop or other places, and you can't just drag across it to select it. But with a screen capture program, a lot of times, not all the time, but most of the time, you can capture that text and hang on to it. And then finally, a web page. And there are screen capture programs that will allow you to actually capture a web page, or you can expand it out and capture the contents of an entire website. You have to be really careful, though, if you exercise that option. Typically what the software will do is it'll say how many levels deep do you want to go in terms of the links, and you can say, well, just the page I'm on, or maybe one level down or 2 levels down. If you have a big site, you will find that going down a couple of levels will give you a lot of pages, and you can very quickly overwhelm the size of your hard drive if you're going to a big site, especially if you say, give me the entire site with all the text, all the pages, all the graphics, everything. You can very easily eat up whatever you have left on your hard drive doing that. Alright, so editing. Once you capture an image in a screen capture program, very often you can use basic editing features like adding lines, adding arrows, shapes, callouts, what have you. You might have noticed that on the first graphic that was on the title slide of this set of PowerPoint slides that we're looking at. Okay, sharing. Oftentimes you can bring in a graphic, and right from within the program you can send it out. You can invoke the mail to function and send it to somebody's email, or instant messaging, or export it to another application, copy paste, send it somewhere else in your computer or to another program, or even maybe into a Blackboard course page. So that might be useful.